Okay, so the first exercise we're going to do are side steps with a band. You can do these as a warm-up before you move on to squats, deadlifts, or any other heavy lifts. Or you can do these as an alternative to cardio. And we're going to do about 25 to 30 reps of every exercise in this video. Okay, next we have banded squats. You can take your squats up a notch by using a band. So make sure your feet are slightly flared out as you squat, and you're forcing the knees out to squat around parallel or slightly below parallel. Stay positioned straight ahead. Make sure to keep your weight in your heels and be sure that you can see your big toes at all times so that you aren't going too far forward. Next move is the lunge with a kickback. This simultaneously works multiple muscles at one time. So not only are you working your glutes, but you're also working your quads and your hamstrings. Okay, moving on to curtsey lunges. This is one of my favorites for building the booty. So keep your knee aligned with your ankle, stand with your feet side by side as you bring your leg behind you, and bring equal weight into both feet. Press up with your back leg, extend, and do the same thing on the other side. If you don't have access to a gym, a great alternative to doing the standard cable kickbacks is to just do these at home against a wall, or in this case a mirror. Just make sure if you feel a strain in your lower back, you're leaning forward more, so your torso is parallel to the ground. You may want to use a lighter resistance band for this that allows room for your leg to stretch. Next are fire hydrants. These are great for hip dips and adding mass to your outer glutes and strengthening the lumbopelvic hip complex. Make sure to keep your arms straight and lock your elbows. This activates the gluteus medius and external hip rotators when you're doing this exercise. Really focus on squeezing your glute on the leg that is raised. Extend your leg back with control without touching the floor. Once again, make sure that you're keeping your arms straight. This kickback with the crossover is a booty killer, and you're really going to feel it in your lower glutes and your outer hip region. Hip abduction is a great way to work your outer thighs and glutes without using the standard hip abduction machine that you find at most gyms. Just make sure to keep your feet close to each other. Okay, using a bench, or you can even use like the edge of the couch if you're at home, just keep your body tight and your lower body off the bench. Make sure your knees are bent and raise your legs high and squeeze your glutes for a full second. Last but not least, we have the hip thrust. If you're doing these at home, you can even use the edge of the sofa or a bed. Just make sure as you come up, you're really focusing on squeezing the glutes for at least a full second.